I don't know about you, but I wouldn't trust the Paul brothers to bring napkins to a potluck, let alone buy into a crypto company founded by Logan Paul. Maybe that's just me, but let's take a closer look at Logan Paul, CryptoZoo, and how the failure affected investors. Unfortunately, most of us are probably familiar with Logan Paul already in his rise to fame via obnoxious behavior on YouTube. He is also used to being scrutinized very heavily by the public, which means his odds of coming out of this CryptoZoo fiasco unscathed are pretty good. Too bad for the rest of us. CryptoZoo was designed to be a game that earned you passive income. The way it works is that players bought the cryptocurrency called Zoo. With that currency, they could invest it into eggs, which would ultimately hatch into an animal NFT. The game doesn't stop there. You could then breed your animal NFTs to make impossible offspring in the form of another NFT. Finally, you could sell your animal abomination NFT for more Zoo, which you could then buy another egg or cash out. Paul claimed that the NFT art was handmade by 10 different artists over 6 months for this project. It sounds enticing, even if you aren't fluent in the crypto or NFT world. It's especially nice that the NFT art isn't AI generated and was handmade, which hopefully means those artists got paid. Support the arts, people! Or, so we were led to believe. More on that in a bit. Anyway, for all you gamers out there, this sounds a lot like a loot box in your favorite game, which is being declared a form of gambling in other countries. So I can't say I'm surprised that investors lost out on millions of dollars playing Paul's game. But how exactly did everything go south so quickly when $2.5 million worth of these eggs were purchased on the first day? The Zoo token also hit a market cap of $2 billion, which appears to indicate all good things, right? Wrong. The first major red flag that CryptoZoo was not all it was cracked up to be was when a batch of the quote-unquote artwork for the animals was released. It became very apparent that this art was Adobe stock photos mashed together. Calling those images handmade art is just a slap in the face to the real artists out there trying to make a living, and right now, over a year later, AI-generated art has gotten even worse. Other than lying about the unique NFT art, the game never worked as it was intended from the very beginning. Logan Paul kept claiming that $1 million+ was put into CryptoZoo by his team, but when Hatch Day, the day people could hatch all of the eggs they had already purchased, approached on November 3rd, 2021, there was no way to claim any yield that you were supposedly making with your animals. So, a game designed and advertised to yield passive income for its players had no way to actually give anyone a payout for the NFTs they were purchasing. And this is still the case over a year later? That's gonna be a big yikes from me. There is so much lying and backstabbing associated with CryptoZoo that is coming to light that it is no wonder it failed. Logan Paul claims developers stole the code and fled to Switzerland. Developers are claiming they are owed over $1 million and haven't been paid a single penny. Development managers are completely fabricating their credentials. And no one knows where this $1 million+ that Logan and his team put into CryptoZoo has gone. You've heard the saying, the pot calling the kettle black? Yeah, there has been a ton of that going on since July of 2021. Logan and his team did a soft launch of the Zoo token where they bought up the majority of the token so they could sell it on the official launch day. Well, when the official launch day happened, they made a second version of the Zoo token and gave it to several wallets, but deliberately excluded others, one belonging to a member of their team. Reports from CoffeeZilla show leaked text messages between Logan Paul and a man who goes by Crypto King, and the two obviously do not trust one another. At the end of the day, there has been no accountability by anyone involved in CryptoZoo, and all of the investors that lost millions of dollars are left with a bitter taste in their mouths, and for some, a few hundreds of thousands of dollars poorer. All thanks to a YouTube personality and his team of shady miscreants. Logan Paul recently released a video calling out CoffeeZilla for what Logan believes is shoddy investigation work. Logan accuses CoffeeZilla, real name Steven, of clout chasing and not fact-checking anything that he was told. He also makes a serious accusation that Steven illegally released the phone call he had with Logan's manager. At the end of his statement, Logan calls Steven slimy and offers for Steven to come on his podcast, Impulsive, to talk it out if he really wants to. Oh, and he tells him that if he won't see him on his podcast, then he will see him in court. The whole CryptoZoo fiasco has turned into a major finger-pointing competition with no one willing to admit the ball was dropped. High school-level drama has cost investors millions of dollars. When are people going to stop trusting influencers? You would think that the Firefly Festival would have been enough.